Today, the water is perfectly still. Maybe I'll make a video down here today. However, I believe there's a storm coming in. So maybe not. Sally won't tell me if there is. There's a beaver hole right there. I don't think the beaver will make a house here though. It's too busy, too many people. This is where we build fires. This is the dock. It's too close for a beaver. I think during the winter he thought that might be, or she thought that might be a good place to be. I'm going to come over here to the dock. So when Richard McAdams comes here in July to help me paint the fence at the entrance, he can see the high dive that he wants to jump off of. Sally loves to swim. She loves to fetch sticks. There's the high dive Richard. 17 feet deep here. When you get up there, it's a lot higher than it looks. All right, Sally, go get the stick. Go get it. Go get your stick. Good girl, Sally. Sally loves to swim. Matter of fact, if you're not careful and you're out swimming and you holler at her, she'll come out and swim with you. However, she wants to get close to you, and it becomes a problem because for her to get close to you, she has to touch you. And dogs don't know how to float or tread water. So I'm going to make a video here in a little bit, a real video about Brendan Dassey and coerced confessions. I've seen some people comment and say if he was innocent, he wouldn't confess. And I've also seen people say innocent people don't confess. Only guilty people do. Well, that's not actually true. You would be surprised at how many innocent people confess to crimes that they did not commit. And what really upsets me is that law enforcement lets it happen. Now, I have a fishing basket here, but also a solar panel, and I guess in one of the storms it blew off. So I need to let this dry out. The solar panel is hooked up to a battery that's in here, and these are green lights. So you throw the green lights in under the dock, it lights up the water under the dock. The fish can't see the green lights, so you can see when the fish swim under the dock, and you can just drop your bait right off the dock to catch the catfish. And looky there, there's I don't know if you're going to be able to see them. It's a school of fish right over there in the water. They're just perch, maybe 15 of them. Water's starting to warm up, so the fish are going to spawn soon. That means they're going to bite like crazy. The catfish are already biting though. Sally, go get your stick. One more time. So I will make a video this afternoon. We're going to talk about Brendan Dassey. We're going to talk about the Facebook group to help free Brendan Dassey. I'm going to get some stats regarding coerced confessions. People that are innocent, that admit to crimes they didn't commit. You might be sitting here thinking, why in the world would anyone do that? I would never do that. And I think the same thing. I think, no, there's no way I would do that. One thing you have to think about, though, is these law enforcement professionals, they're trained to wear you down, to make you tired, not let you sleep. It's stressful enough when you get thrown in jail. You're not going to be able to sleep anyway because you're wondering what in the world's going on. You have so many questions, so you can't sleep. Then they bring you in for more questioning, and then they make these promises. If you just tell us what we want to hear, we'll take care of you. We'll make everything okay. And that's what they told Brendan Dassey was, just tell us the truth and we'll be your friends. We'll stick behind you. And this guy is a kid, 16 years old. Mentality-wise, he wasn't 16 years old. He did have some disabilities. So for law enforcement to do this kind of stuff to someone, that should be a crime. So these detectives that I saw in the interrogation, Remaker and Weigert, those two should be interrogated. I would love to interrogate them out here. Matter of fact, I'd like to tie them to the end of the diving board or dangle them from the diving board and ask them a few questions and get some copperheads up here. No, I don't mean that. I don't do that. I just want to push them off the diving board with an anchor. No, I'm kidding. I don't mean that. I don't mean any harm on anyone except Ken Kratz. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So I'm going to end this. I just wanted to come down, check it out. We had some hellacious storms. I need to turn the pedal boat over. It had flipped over. Richard, there's your high dive. It doesn't look too high, but man, when you get up there, it sure feels pretty high, especially over open water. This spread of water is 48 feet deep. They said it was 65, but on my fishing boat over there and my little radar scanner, hey, there's a blue heron, and my little radar fish finder thing, I could only find 48 feet, but I didn't go over everywhere with that on, so it could be 65 feet in places maybe. 48 feet is pretty deep though, and 17 feet is pretty deep. It's hard to touch the bottom. You really got to work at it. Look at that blue heron fly. Isn't that nice? If I had a shotgun, I'd take it out of the sky. I'm just kidding. Okay, folks, that's where I live right there. That's the house. So I'm 150 feet from this paradise here. Nice view over there. Have the foundation in for the lodge that I'm putting in. And then I have a shop over there. I don't know if you can see it through the trees. I have a pretty good sized shop over there. Maybe that's where Richard can stay. Okay, folks, be on the lookout for the video that I make this afternoon regarding Brendan Dassey and coerced confessions. We need to make sure this kid's not forgotten and that he gets out. He's an innocent guy and he's a victim. Hopefully we'll see you later, folks. The jackal is out.